Good afternoon, grade 11. How are you today? I hope this video find you healthy and well. Today, inshallah, we are going to start the new unit, Unit 8, Communication. First of all, we need to know what is the meaning of communication, or what are the different forms or types of communication. First of all, communication means to communicate, from the verb communicate, or to share information, or to share data, or to share opinions between you and someone else. So we should have a speaker and addressee, someone who talks and the other who receives or replies to your questions or to your information. So communication has different kinds or different types, such as chatting, writing, oral communication, written communication, and many other forms. So to communicate means to share information with other. To share information with other. This is the noun, as you can notice from tion, مقطع shin, the suffix, and the verb is to communicate. To communicate. To communicate means to talk, or to discuss, or to chat. All right. First of all, we need actually to go over the vocabulary in your unit, in Unit 8. Unit 8, I forgot to say that, it's page 64. We need, first of all, to go over the vocabulary here. And we need to connect the vocabulary to the reading text and to the pictures here. Okay, now the kind of communication that we are going to talk about today is not for normal people. Not for normal people such as you and me. It's for people who are blind. Blind. What is the meaning of blind? Someone who can't see. Blind people. People who basically can't see. Their sight is broken. They can't see. Okay, we call them blind. But you need to know that blind people, okay, have their own ways of communication. Blind people, people who can't see, have their own ways of communication. These two pictures, okay, give you an idea about how do they communicate and how do they actually study or learn, or in some cases teach. Now, let's look at the first word here, alphabet. Alphabet. What is the meaning of alphabet? Alphabet is a group of letters. A group of letters, such as in English, our letters start from A to Z. Okay, so alphabet is a group of letters. For example, if you want to put it in a sentence, we can say the first letter of the alphabet is A. The first letter of the alphabet is A. طبعا this group of letters, okay, is divided into sounds, and each sound represents or is a symbol for a letter. And when you put the letters together, you may form something called words, term, and vocabulary. So the alphabet means a group of letters. Each language, such as the Arabic language, Spanish language, English language, has its own alphabet. And we use the alphabet or the letters to form words in order to use them in communication. Okay, we have Braille system. Braille system. What do we mean by Braille system? It is a form of written language. It is a form of written language for blind people. It is a form of written language for blind people. And as we said, blind people, people who can't see. People who can't see. If you look at this picture, can you see what do they use to read maybe or to write? They use their touching sense in order to find the meanings or in order to find the words. So this system is used for blind people in order to communicate, as we said, and in order to discuss their thoughts and opinions. We have another term, drum beat. Drum beat. First of all, this is a compound word. You know compound word? When we have two words and we form them or we join them in one term, and we call it drum beat. Drum, it's a musical instrument. Musical instrument. I don't know if I can draw it. Maybe this is a drum beat. Drum. Okay. And beat, it means the sound that you make when you use the drum. طبلة. Okay. Now drum beat is the sound of a drum. A sound of a drum. And drum is a musical instrument. Now, what is the relationship between communication and drum beat? This question, okay, I'm going to ask you this question when we start reading the text. What is the relationship between communication and drum beat? Keep it in your mind. Drum beat and communication. What is the relationship between them? The other term is mass media. Mass media. What is the meaning of mass media? Media is like any form of communication. Mass, it is used by the public. It is used by the public, such as a newspaper. Newspaper, okay, is read by a large number of people. It is read by the public. TV or television is also a kind of mass media. It is seen by a group of people, a large mass of people. Radio is a kind of mass media, and the most popular one nowadays is the internet. The internet and social media is a kind of mass media. We basically use mass media in order to find information and in order to know the news around us. So mass media is like newspapers, TV, radio, and the most popular one is the internet. Mass media is very important nowadays in giving you instructions, news, as well as stories around the world. So mass media turns the universe into a small village. Now, one kind of mass media is a newspaper, such as الغد أو الدستور أو الرأي, are called newspaper, Jordanian newspaper. Okay? So, what if you find them? What are you going to find? You are going to find articles, reports, and news. Okay? So, newspaper, unlike the internet, it's a printed document, like the book, which has news, reports, and articles. Reports and articles. So this is the meaning of newspaper. Signal, it means a sound or a sign. Signal, a sound or a sign that gives a message or order. Okay, a sound or a sign that gives a message or order. For example, if you look at this sentence, when he gave them the signal, they all move. Maybe this is a police officer and he gives a signal, إشارة, to the drivers to do what? To do or to move their cars. So he gives them a message, but this message is shown through a sound or a sign. Okay. We also have simple. Okay. Simple is a sign or an object which is used to represent something else. It is a sign or object. Whenever you see it, okay, it has a meaning or it represents a meaning. For example, if you look at this sign or this object, all right, this represents love. This represents love. Okay. We can also have dove, حمام. It represents peace, for example. Okay. Love or a heart represents love. It's a symbol of love. So we call this simple. What else do we have? Picture. You all know picture. This is a picture. Okay. Simple. We talked about it. Software. It's like a system in your computer and it is used to evacuate, or it is used to run on the computer. So I hope the vocabulary is clear for you. Thank you so much. I want you to have a look again at the vocabulary and basically write them in your notebook. Before I leave you, I want to thank Sally Al-Qasim and Aram for submitting their writing about a film or a book review. Thank you so much, Sally and Aram. Your writing is perfect and simple. طبعا each student will receive 2 grades. Thank you so much.